Savers, I'm so excited to have our next interviewee. We have been waiting for this moment because this year we're going to have an actual host, and this young lady is like phenomenal. This 2020 conference is going to be better than last year, and I'm just so glad to have all the speakers, our hosts. And let me tell you, you in for some nuggets. Just to remind you, one of our speakers last year, Miss Sharita, when I said she was talking about those nuggets, that's what we're in for. So this young lady that's coming to us, our host, she is a mother, an entrepreneur, a leader, a wife, a mentor, a friend of mine. Oh my gosh, I am just so elated to be able to introduce her and to be able to partner with her on the same mission that we are out here doing in the communities. When I say you are in for a rude awakening for Miss Melissa Montero!
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited for this conference. It is going to be amazing. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. When I say just already the opportunity we've had to work together through your organization, collaboration over competition. And I know you have time to talk about that, but just your spirit as a entrepreneur, just as a friend, just as like a holistic woman. I'm just so excited to be able to leave this in your hands to make us and this conference run as efficiently as it can. And so again, bring that beautiful smile. I'm so happy. So, yep. So let's dive right on in.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry?
I said absolutely.
Yes. So, before we get started and we dive right in, I know you, but our audience doesn't know you. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, how you, just overall who you are and whose you are.
Sure, absolutely. So my name is Melissa Montero. I am, as we heard, I am a mother. I am an entrepreneur. I am a woman who enjoys working with other women and pushing them forward to reach all of their goals, all of their dreams, and all of their desires, because we know that you all are worth every dollar, and we're so excited to bring this conference to you. I am excited to share my platform, Collaboration Over Competition. So it is a nonprofit organization, 501c3, and the purpose of it really is to encourage and empower business women and aspiring business women to come together, collaborate, network, and help pull each other up and push each other forward. So that's pretty much who I am, what I do. I am a believer. I love the Lord. I have 3 beautiful children, Jose, Isaiah, and Maya. I'm married to Jose Montero. And I just love encouraging and being around empowering women. So I'm excited for the opportunity.
Yay. Oh my goodness. I just feel like you need more because you have so much more because you're just like full of like business and knowledge. And one day we're going to have you come back just as a speaker, because I'm telling you, as a host, it's not even going to do our audience any justice, but it's going to give them a snippet of who you are. Yes.
We all wear many hats, but at the end of the day, you know, our purpose and our mission is really to see our people succeed, to empower each other. That's really the mission of everything, of who I am, what I do, what I've always stood for. And so I'm excited to be here to link arms with you and your amazing organization. So excited for more. This is only the beginning for you guys. So I'm excited to come along with you on your journey as well. So yes.
Yay. So you mentioned that we all wear a lot of hats. So how do you balance your roles on a day-to-day basis, being all of those things, wearing all of those hats, and still staying amazing?
I definitely got to give credit to the Lord, because listen, I can't do it on my own. I definitely, God keeps me grounded. Lots of calendar invites. My calendar is packed. Always scheduling is just important to definitely keep track of those things. So I would say definitely calendar, the Lord, and having an amazing team. I have to say that as well. What I stand for is collaboration, with our organization, Collaboration Over Competition. Our president, we are right now working on reinstating our board. So we're having our first board meeting of the year. So we're excited for that. But definitely having a village around you is huge when it comes to your success. We talk about, we're going to be talking about you being worth every dollar, but knowing that you don't have to do it all yourself. There's going to be difficult moments. You won't always be okay. But if you have people in your corner that stand behind you, that believe in you, those people will help you get through as well. So I think it's important to know, listen, I don't have all the answers. You don't have all the answers. But if we come together collectively, that'll help us balance. That'll help us not stress and become overwhelmed with the things that we have to accomplish, because we know that there's other people in our corner that are gifted to do our shortfalls or the things that we can't make up. So I would definitely say, just connecting with people, using my calendar, and calling on the Lord.
Oh my goodness. So as you were talking, you mentioned how calling on the Lord is very important. And that's going to be one of those moments that we're going to be talking about. One of our speakers is going to be talking about the spirituality. And we need to make sure we are staying grounded and humble, which you are. And if they don't know, they'll learn. So with you becoming an entrepreneur, tell me and our audience, what inspired you to start your business? Because as women, we sometimes are fearful to even ask each other those questions, or even tell each other that we are beautiful and we are bosses and we're amazing. And you do that. And people are very receptive, but women are actually scared to step up and just say, girl, you are doing it. Girl, you can. You are bomb. You are amazing. And can I work with you? Even as a mentor. So what made you decide to start Collaboration Over Competition and continue working at it? Because I'm telling you, it's amazing. I'm a part of the group too.
Yes, she is. And she's amazing and has been a help to us. So we appreciate you, and more for more. So honestly, I can say, when I talk about really being connected to God and listening to Him, and not necessarily listening to what other people say. Sometimes we get caught up in other people's vision or purpose of us, what other people think that we should be doing. And that's definitely not my path with this. So Collaboration Over Competition, and we'll be here forever, but Collaboration Over Competition was initially deposited into me. So I'm a children's book author, one of my hats.
Yeah.
And so when I wrote my book about 3 years ago, when I was searching for, this was my first time self-publishing. I had no idea what to do, where to go. And so I was looking and asking people who I had known or seen who also were children's book authors. And when reaching out, sometimes I wouldn't get a response back. People were not receptive and not helpful to me. So I remember that feeling. And, I thank God for one person, Pastor Carolyn Ritter Watson. She was one person who really, she had done it before. She held my hand along the way, checked in on me to make sure, that I was good if I had questions. But there were so many people who did not. And so for me, I thought I would never want anybody else to be in that position, to feel like if I don't know the answers, you're afraid to help. Because at the end of the day, we have to remember that there's room at the top for everybody, that my mission and my purpose is not yours. The people that you're supposed to reach and the people that God assigned and ordained for you to impact are not the same people that I'm assigned to impact. So Collaboration Over Competition was really about bringing people together, understanding that it could be 3 people selling jewelry, 3 people doing accounting, but each person's perspective and education level and knowledge on that and their experience can be totally different. So I might get one nugget from you, one nugget from the other person, one nugget from the other person. We're not, competing with each other, because we all have customers. We all will win, and so initially Collaboration Over Competition was supposed to be a networking mixer. one day, a 1 day event. And then the pandemic happened. So everybody's life got shifted. And, it was laying so heavy on me. I'm like, I can't let this go. Like, I had my panelists done. I had my speakers. We had the foods, got everything. The venue was booked. Everything was done. And then the venue was like, listen, we can't move forward. Was the beginning of the pandemic. So I was like, well, what can I do to keep this momentum going until it's safe for us to meet? So we started the online platform, Collaboration Over Competition virtual meeting space. And that's where we've actually come upon 2 years will be coming in April that we've been on that platform. So it really started as a 1-day event that God laid on my heart to bring women together, to collaborate, share information, and help each other grow. And it kind of started out with the group, and we shared information. The vibe was good, just a lot of positivity, people trying to level up together. And that's what that space has been. And I'm so grateful to each and every member. I do not take that for granted, because I know if it's not for the members and the people like you that are in the group, that are sharing your knowledge, your expertise, that we couldn't be who we are. So we just decided in January of this year, this thing is going well. There's a purpose here. There's a need for it. And so we launched as an official nonprofit in January of 2021. And so it's just been a joy. I'm definitely just being obedient to God. I can't tell you where I'll be, but I'm definitely listening to what He wants me to do with this. And I'm grateful for the team of people that are surrounding me, that are helping push this vision out. So that's collaboration over competition.
Yes. I hope you never get tired of talking about your organization, because like I said, it's well needed. It is. We are appreciating everything that you're doing. But yeah, continue to keep that motivation going. But I want to say, because I talked about motivation, what motivates you? I know you talk about God being number one, absolutely. But who gets you up in the morning? Who pushes you, or what pushes you each and every day? Who's your hero, your mentor, or family member that just says, to you, like, when they look at you, I'm doing this for them, or they say things to you that keeps you going for the women that you're impacting?
There's a lot of women who play a part and who are instrumental. My close friends. Like I said, I draw from people that are doing amazing things. So, you, Christine Joy, there's Sharday Davis, Terry Kauser, Sharita Collins. Like, there's so many people, Quanda Shellman. There's so many people. I mentioned Pastor Carolyn Ritter Watson, Tierra Jones. I can go on for days and days and days. There's so many. I'm so grateful that I'm surrounded around bosses. We talk about that and we throw that around, but I don't take that lightly. I really, my board, Chantel Wilkins, Danielle Chapman, Felicia Chapman. I could just go on for days. I definitely will say my husband and my children as well. Obviously, I want to be the best example for my children. I want them to see me being able to follow my passion and do what I love. I have a 9-to-5, but my passion is really in my nonprofit. My passion is really in fulfilling my purpose, my children's book, doing what God put in me to do. So I do it for them. And definitely my husband is my inspiration. A lot of the times I second guess what I should do. And he's like, babe, you can do that. You can do it. And he's always encouraged me really to, even those things that I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, give it a try. Just try it. So I'm grateful to my husband, Jose Montero, shout out, and my children. I'm just grateful for them. And like I said, just being around bosses, I'm just grateful. That's what really pushes me to move forward. When I see other people that are taking in the information that's given and utilizing it. Jamila Tucker from our Collaboration Over Competition group, prime example of somebody has been with us from the beginning, the establishment of Collaboration Over Competition, and to see her nonprofit thrive, for her to be able to take all of the information, connect with all of the people, and just run. That's what inspires me. So I forgive me if I missed anybody, but like I said, there's so many people. I'm just grateful for every every connection, every interaction. Yep.
And this won't be the first time. As you continue to grow, this won't be the first time that you're able to shout out. And I think the women that interact with you, that are close to you, understand that no matter whether you say their name or not,
right,
they hold a special place in your heart.
Absolutely.
If they don't know, they'll know as you continue to go, as you continue to grow.
Yes.
So, with More for More being a financially focused organization, can you tell me or tell us what impacts your finances, or like your finances on like a day-to-day, both personal and business, when it comes to decisions?
You said what impacts my finances, like financial decisions on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah. So how do you make decisions when it comes to business? How do you make decisions when it comes to personal? And even, as a family, I know you more than likely, and I don't want to assume, but have those conversations with your husband. And when it comes to the children, and then personally, like taking that self-care, and with your business, separating that personal and that business. Because I know sometimes when something is like so passionate for us, and I say my fiance would say, I get so passionate, I'm like, I'll take out of our account, I don't have to beg for money. No, you cannot do
that. Yes, absolutely.
So, I'm trying to find a balance with all of that, and separating too. Like, how do you balance? Like, what do you do on an everyday basis to balance your funds or your finances?
Sure, absolutely. So a few things that I do, and my husband is amazing with this as well. We have a budget for our family of all of the expenses that we have. We have a spreadsheet. So as our jobs increase, as our salaries are raised, as the kids' expenses increase, because it's ever changing. Like, budgeting is something that is crucial to us so that we can hold ourselves accountable as far as savings. We want to make sure that we're saving not only for our personal, but also for our businesses, so that we do have the money to invest. So I'm grateful to you and More for More for the educational pieces that you've deposited for our nonprofit and for our young people. But, I will definitely say, even for our kids, just having those conversations, I encourage everybody listening. We talk about us being worth every dollar. We also want to start that generational thing. So having that conversation with our children, we sit down with our kids and we talk about finances. We talk about, the difference between the credit card and the debit card, and you can't just be swiping. You have to be mindful of it. Your usage on your credit cards, not maxing stuff out and trying to satisfy instant gratification. Two of my children are children's book authors. So when we go to vending events and they like, Mom, I just made $100. No, you didn't. You need the tithe. You know what I'm saying? You need to make sure you put half of that aside to reinvest back into your business. So we have those conversations. Okay, now you just sold 10 books, but you need to buy more books. So when you have your next vending event, you will be able to purchase those books. So we talk about that. We also talk about savings. They know when they get their money, you need to pay your tithe. You need to put some money into your bank account. You need to take some money to reinvest to buy the products and things that you want to sell at your events. And then you talked about self-care. That's important too. So I make sure for my daughter, like, she just made some money off some book sales and she wanted to redecorate her room. So, she went on Amazon. I don't let them just go out and buy and take money. Okay, make your Amazon cart. Let me look through it. Let's budget this out. See how much money you have left. And let's, make those purchases there and keeping track of that. So I definitely think it's important for us as entrepreneurs. When you're in a marriage, it's definitely different from when you're working by yourself or when you're single, with savings and having those conversations. Me and my husband sometimes will have business meetings where we're like, okay, what do we need to do to project out financially? What expenses are coming up? If we're doing vacation, where are we going? How do we start saving for that now? Holiday time, so I really think, financial planning is a huge part of our lives and what we do. It wasn't something that I grew up with, and it wasn't something that my husband grew up with. So this is definitely something where we're breaking those, negative that negative mindset around money and around credit and things like that. So I'm grateful that we can set a pace so that now that our children and their children will now know the value of money, what it means. And so, yes. I hope I answered your question.
Yes. Okay, perfect. I think that's like absolutely amazing. And I just want to point out, it's very important to have a mate. I know we are boss women, but to have a mate that encourages you to be your individual self, even in your own business. You know, I can say my fiance does that, and I'm so blessed to have. So for you to have a husband that supports you, and then not only no matter what we do, whether it's separate together, it's always together.
Absolutely,
so you can still be strong, but still be an individual within that business realm. So I love that, and I love how much he supports you, and you show how much you love him, and it's passing on to the children. So I love the powerhouse. I love the powerhouse.
Yes.
So with that being said, as a woman, more for more, we have what's called 4 cores of wealth. And just to connect it to this conference, we believe that your worth is very important, and you have to be holistic.
Absolutely.
So how does our theme, You're Worth Every Dollar, connect to women mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially?
Absolutely. So I think this theme is huge. You're worth every dollar. And I love, and I think it's so important that you look at a holistic woman, because I feel like if your mind is not right, then your money can't be right. You know, your spiritual life won't be right. Like, we have to, as women, take care of ourselves. We talked about wearing many hats. That's nice, but it's also important for us to take time out for ourselves. And I will tell you, I am a work in progress. You will see on my, on our collaboration over competition page, I talk about that all the time. I know the importance of it. I'm grateful for, people who have deposited into me. And I now want to make sure, like I told my board this year when they, coming in, your well-being is important to me. If you feel like you cannot commit to this, or you feel like mentally you need a break, you need to take some time, or this is overwhelming for you, you have to take care of yourself. So I love that More for More is focusing on that, being worth every dollar. A lot of people feel like they have to chase money, and I want to just stress the importance of making sure that you take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be here to make the money, to be worth the money. So we want to definitely make sure that you're taking care of your whole self. So I love that we are welcoming a panel of knowledgeable women that will be able to touch on each and every topic. And I feel like in whatever we do, we always have to look at the whole self, because we can't bring one part of ourselves to an equation. We're bringing our whole self. So this is game changing for the Women Conference. I'm just excited that I can be a part of this. When I first heard about the topic, I'm like, yes, and yes, because a lot of the times, even as women, we feel like we have to do stuff for free, or we have to, lower our prices or compromise who we are for people. And at the end of the day, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the time, so you have to get your worth. And if people can't pay that, that's okay, because you have an audience and you have people who will pay. So, sometimes I think we get caught up in trying to manipulate or change ourselves in order to meet people, but we have to know that there's people that are assigned to us that are going to pay us our worth. So I'm just really excited. I think that the topic is very necessary for a time such as now, with the pandemic, with everybody ripping and running and hustling, and to really look at our whole selves. This is game changing. So great topic, great inspiration, and I'm excited.
So there's something that keeps coming up that I keep seeing, and it was one of the major reasons why You're Worth Every Dollar theme was chosen, and that's imposter syndrome. how would you what advice would you give to our community, to the savers that are coming, and women and even men who will be actually coming to the event, about imposter syndrome and how to fight through that? Because we are doing great things, but sometimes we don't see it. And I know it starts in the mind, and then we start self-sabotaging. So what would you say to those who have the imposter syndrome?
I mean, I think the main part about it, we talk about mindset. I think the most important part is always to keep a focus on what your mission is, what your purpose is, and what your vision is. I feel like if we keep that at the front of who we are and what we do, that'll help us stay focused on who we are. I know sometimes if we look to the left and we look to the right and we see what this person is doing and we see what that person is doing, we feel like we should be doing more, or we have to change who we are to accommodate a certain group of people or a certain person. But I feel like and finding out your purpose is not always easy. Sometimes it'll take time. Sometimes, there's assessments that you can take online to find out what your gifting is, what brings you joy when you wake up in the morning. I really think that it's important, and I talk about this as often as I can and as much as I can, is really to go back to the core of who you are, to think about, like I said, what God has laid on your heart to do, what you desire to leave as an impact, as a legacy on the earth. Like, what is your desire? And so that's probably the biggest piece of encouragement and advice that I would have. Spend time with yourself, practicing self-care, taking quiet time to yourself, because I know sometimes we're inundated with the world, music, other people's opinions and stuff like that, and sometimes we lose sight, and it's a real thing. Even for the most successful person, if you always have people around you in your ear, and you can sometimes lose sight of who you are. So I feel like, taking that time to yourself, that self-care, spending time in quiet, journaling, writing down what's deposited into you. Those are some suggestions or pieces of encouragement that I would have for women and men alike, whomever may attend, just to encourage you to really stay true to who you are. I think that would definitely help.
Yes. So with you stating that to our community, give them a little taste of who they're going to be interacting with as a host. I'm like, you've already been doing that, but just a little taste, like maybe a quote that you use, or some kind of exciting phrase that you use that's like, okay, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yes. I mean, like I said, my motto really is to love each other, to collaborate with each other. That's who I am. Supporting each other. I always say we are stronger together. And even when we talk about being worth every dollar, if you don't know how to get the dollar, or you don't know how to present yourself, that's where that collaboration comes in, and that connection with other people. So when you see me, you're going to hear me encouraging you. You're going to hear me loving on you. You're going to hear me bossing you, because I believe in you. I believe in each one of you on here. I believe that whatever you set your mind out to do, if you're focused on doing it, you will get it done. So like I said, you may have to tap into other people, other resources, but just believe that this conference is going to be life-changing. The material, the panelists that are coming on this day, you will definitely receive from them. So get ready, sit back, get ready, take notes, and just be ready to have your life changed.
Absolutely. And trust me, every time I talk to her, she always pours into me. Yeah. It's never ending.
Listen, that's what we're here for. That's what it's an empowerment conference. Yes. So we really want to empower you to be your best self. We're excited for all of you, and we can't wait to hear the victory stories. Y'all going to have to make sure y'all go on the More for More page and comment on how how the conference impacted you in your life, what nuggets you got from it, because you are going to be in for a treat. So we're excited.
So earlier you talked about your book.
Yes.
And you talked about different things that you are doing through collaboration over competition. Can you speak briefly about your book or your books and a couple of events that are coming up with collaboration over competition? I know I'm signed up for one of them.
Absolutely. So my book is a children's book. It's called I Refuse to Choose the Best of Both Worlds. So as I said earlier, just really operating your purpose and what's laid on your heart to do, not necessarily just doing whatever. This book, I Refuse to Choose the Best of Both Worlds, was inspired by my 3 children. My husband's Puerto Rican. And so I really wanted for my kids to embrace all of who they are and other people. There's other people out there from different races, different cultures. So the importance of that book is really to empower other people to love all of who you are, and that could transcend in everything. And everything that I do, like I said, that empowerment piece, you're going to keep hearing it because that's who I am. So definitely excited for you guys to check that out. And then also for collaboration over competition, we are rolling out our calendar. I will encourage you guys to check out our website, www.collabovercomp.org. And as Christina said, you'll definitely be able to see on our website. The next workshop we have coming up is March 10th. And it says Your Finances Matter. So we are also going to have Christina coming on March 17th. So stay tuned. She's going to be sharing information about this amazing conference. And we have so much more in store for collaboration over competition. I just encourage you definitely to check out our website. All of our events are hosted there. If you are a business owner, and you want to connect with other business owners, we also have a directory there where you can post your information. And when people are looking for resources, we're talking about you worth every dollar, let's get your dollar. So Make sure you put your information there. We will be sharing that directory out, so people can connect with you. You'll also be able to get access to it so you can connect with other business owners. So we're excited. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Now, I just want to say this. You only gave the website, but we want people to follow, because especially the group is important.
Yeah.
Even like you are in Philly, but I'm in Texas.
Yep.
I'm in Dallas, Texas, and it's already reaching all the way here. So
yes,
other women that needs this information in all.
Absolutely.
How can they find you on all your social media platforms?
Absolutely. So on Facebook, you guys can find us at Collaboration Over Competition. We also do have our private Facebook group, which is Collaboration Over Competition Virtual Meeting Space. You can absolutely subscribe to that. Once again, that's Collaboration Over Competition Virtual Meeting Space. And that's where you'll really have that family, that network of women that empower each other. If you have questions about your business or just in general, you'll find quotes, different things. We celebrate the women in a group. We do a member of the month. So we want to honor and celebrate you. We want to bring exposure to you so that other women can hear all of the amazing things that you do. We celebrate birthdays. We just love on you guys. We want to educate you guys and empower you guys. So definitely check us out on Facebook, on our Facebook private group, on Instagram. We are Collaboration Over Competition PA. You can find us on IG. We are also on LinkedIn under Collaboration Over Competition. So we make it really easy for you guys. Definitely connect with us. As I said, we can definitely reach all over the world. Wherever you are, we can meet you where you are. Our website has all of the information as far as our live sessions that are normally on Zoom. So we put the timing and everything there. So if you ever want to join us, we would love to have you. Definitely check us out. And thank you so much. We're excited.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to give our audience the opportunity to get a chance to know you and what you're going to be bringing to the table, and about your absolutely amazing organization. And the fact you'll be reaching into them through our organization. And I can't wait for our partnership to continue to grow. I
Yes.
love you as my sister, as a friend. You already know we're connected even outside of that. So thank Christine and
Yes.
Sharita. Love them. And Sharday.
Yes. Right.
This goes on and on. Nakia, like, Wiki. Chantalea. Oh gosh, Caitlin. Yeah. So I truly appreciate you. Appreciate all the women that you brought into my life. And you know, I can't wait until March 26, 2020. 2022, starting at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come out, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your sister, buy your ticket, and we'll see you there.
Make sure you register. We're excited. Can't wait to see you guys.